Hello. I wanted to make this video randomly today because I was thinking about how I moved here 2.5 years ago, which is crazy. And when I first got here, there were immediate things that I missed about the US. But then, I was so excited about all the Australian things, and I still am. But now that I'm very used to life in Australia, I'm coming back to very certain habitual things that I miss in America. Don't be coming at me in the comments being like, if you don't like Australia, then leave and blah, 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 blah. Because I have posted a million things that I like about Australia, that Australia does better than America, okay? Just relax, okay? I'm allowed to not like certain things or miss 5 or 6 things from my home country. Anyway, so let me just get right into it. The one thing I miss so much, again, I had moved to Australia August 2023, and the one thing I just still can't get over is stores not being open late all the time. I get why, I get it, but I miss being able to go into a grocery store after 5 p.m. on a Saturday or Sunday. I miss being able to roll up to a Giant Eagle in Ohio at 11 p.m. I miss realizing, oh, I forgot something from the store and I'm cooking at 8 or 9, and being able to run down the road and all the grocery stores are open. Here it's Thursday, there's late night shopping, but even during the week, all the stores close at 5. So if you're working in an office 9 to 5, you can't go to a store after work. I used to do all my shopping midweek after work till 9 p.m. All retail was open till 9. Late night shopping was every day. And I really miss that. I still cannot get out of the habit of wanting to do grocery shopping late at night on Sunday, and I'm really working on it. And on that note, I just miss late culture in general. Yes, it's nice waking up early. I like being able to get up early and the rest of the world is up in Australia and you get to go to your cafes, and I like going to bed early now, but by nature, I will get a second wind and want to go out starting at 10 p.m. And here, even in Sydney, I get it Adelaide, but just in general, in Australia, people aren't out partying at 4 a.m. I'm sure people are doing something in their homes at 4 a.m., but just in general, the late culture of being out, it's just not a thing. And even last night, I mean, it's fringe, so things are going on, people are out, but it was 11 p.m. and it just, maybe I'm getting older, but yeah, it was this isn't fun to be out this late here. I feel even in, of course in New York, you could be out till morning, but even in Ohio, I feel I could be at a bar at 1 a.m. with people and everyone was happy to be there. I feel here, it's not even just oh, places close early. People want to be in bed. So I have this natural instinct of, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And after the one thing that is the main event of the night, everybody wants to go home, and that is so hard to get used to because I just want to keep going. I want to be at the casino. I want to be, we don't even need to be getting another drink. I want to be just doing a little adventure. I want to be going to a lookout. I want to be going around in the night, okay? Yeah, it's just, you're kind of forced to be a day morning person because that's when things are happening. There's just once the sun goes down, there's just nobody. I want to talk about food that I miss because I've talked about food a little bit on my YouTube channel, and this kind of goes through ups and downs. But again, now that I'm here, I've been here for a while, I'm used to eating Australian food. I miss American snacks so bad. I miss Cheez-Its and Goldfish. And even when I'm home, I don't even really like Cheez-Its that much anymore, but there's just something about American snacks that it's just because the ingredients are so much worse, they just taste so much better, okay? And I miss that, and I love that. Even if I have a Sprite here or a soda, it's just not as good because there's not as much sugar. I miss that, okay? There's a reason why we eat so much shit, because it tastes amazing. A lot of things here are just it's healthy snacks, healthy this, healthy that. Great, it's great. I'm so grateful for that. But sometimes I just want something that tastes like shit, that is shit, because it's also good. On that note, I miss Chipotle so bad. I think that I can live without everything else food-wise because again, there's great food here. There's so much multicultural food here. If we're talking about fast food, I I miss Chipotle so much. Like, you just cannot get that here. You can't, like, I'll go to Zambrero or Guzman if I need like a quick burrito, right? Or an actual, like, more authentic Mexican place. But there's just nothing like Chipotle. There's nothing else that I could say about it. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and when people are like, what's like the first thing you'd have when you're back in the States again? It's Chipotle. Like, I will be leaving the airport and going to Chipotle. I also miss like cheese being less expensive. I mean, there's just certain things here that are more expensive, and cheese is one of them. You can't just go buy a $4 block of cheese. Kind of in the same vein, I miss the shopping. Shopping here isn't as exciting because it's not like, it's obviously a capitalist place, but the capitalism in America is just like on another level. But that means that there's like so many clothing stores to go to of like all prices. I mean, like, there's so many boutiques and clothing stores that you can go to in Adelaide, but it's like you have like Kmart and Target and Big W and like the basic cheap places, and then you have like boutiques where a dress is $600 and then a thrift store. There's none of that like malls with those kind of like in between really cute stores. You can shop online, but like, I don't want to shop online. I want to go to a mall and look at what everybody has. I want to go to an Aerie, an American Eagle, and even lately, like, I've been buying home stuff, and there is a lot of home store brands, but like, I do most of my shopping online, even if it is from like a small business. And I guess that is kind of just like how things are in general. But yeah, you could just shop all day. All day. I miss that. Oh yeah, and also like the stores, especially in places like Ohio, are just on another level. Like, Walmart has a grocery section and a clothing section and a homeware section, and in certain states another section that we don't want to talk about. And even Target has like so many good things in the store, but then it also, at some Targets, does also have a grocery store. So it's like, I miss going into stores like that where you could just do all your shopping. And like alcohol, being in the grocery store, you could go buy a bottle of tequila in your regular grocery store. And yeah, I miss those stores a lot. I'm gonna go off of that whole food shopping kind of track. I miss American humor. Normally when people ask me if I miss things about America or miss living there are a lot of times where I do miss living there, and I miss living in New York because this is like anybody from any place that you're from, there are just similarities like culturally, and for me, humor is a big one, and I miss American humor. When I talk to an American or joke around with them and we have that more in sync sense of humor, it's like, there's so many good things about Australia that outweighs that, but that is kind of a big one where in my day-to-day life, I'm like, oh, I really miss that, because that is kind of a strong part of community you have and people you talk to. No matter how many relationships I have with other people here, it always feels like that's kind of missing. I get really excited when I meet other Americans. And another thing that I think is funny that, again, I can live without, but that Australians are into is pop culture and celebrities. And America, just like the UK, has that thing of this obsession about celebrities and tabloids and pop culture stuff. And I mean, I worked in entertainment for 2 to 3 years in New York, so that was very much, I've always been into it since I was a kid. I was working with other adults who also were into it, like chronically online, obsessed with celebrity conversations, and not even in a serious way. Like, I don't actually really care what celebrities are doing, but I'm very much like gonna be talking about it. And I listen to pop culture podcasts, and people here just don't care. Sometimes I meet people who watch Bravo shows and are into reality shows and Real Housewives, or watch the same shows that I watched growing up, like Jersey Shore, but it's so rare. And I was even talking to somebody the other day who was like so proudly Australian about being like, yeah, we don't care about celebrities. And it's like, okay, great. But I miss that. I miss that. I miss having access to people I can talk to about that, because that consumes so much of my brain. And I have to be posting about it online or messaging friends. And I can't just be like, oh my God, can you believe so-and-so broke up or got divorced, or this person is getting sued, and like nobody knows who I'm talking about. And that's something I miss. Last thing, people in Australia are this is a great thing, right? Very just mild, easygoing, and just like here for a good time. But sometimes I miss the like rogueness of Americans. I miss kind of being around, like, you just never really know what you're gonna get. And there is that element of Australia and Australians as well. And again, I think like living in New York, kind of, I was around so many different types of people and everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. I mean, everybody always talks about how America has that very like individuality mentality, which definitely has its faults, and Australians are more of like cohesive community. But yeah, I miss kind of walking down the street and just you're just like, what is that person doing? Because it was always lively and something exciting going on, and I think Americans are very fun, and I kind of miss that energy. But even like Ohio has made it on Australian TikTok for more so, I think, like teenagers and young adults here. But there's things about weird Ohioans or weird things going on in Ohio. And I'm like, yeah, weird things do go on in Ohio. And I kind of miss that. That concludes my list. That is everything that I miss. It's not a very long list because there's a lot of things that I don't miss because I'm having such a great time here. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm expecting people to like be annoyed in the comments, but I don't really care. So I want to hear though more so opinions about if you move to Australia and there's things that you miss from home, whatever country you're from, or if you are living here from America, and also if you're Australian and you have opinions within being nice. I'd love to hear those too. So anyway, that is all. Goodbye.